So let's start with the agenda. We're going to look at the elements of LinkedIn, how to create a good LinkedIn profile, tips, 18 different steps, examples and samples, the 3 P's of networking, and how do we connect with people. And then let's wrap up with a quick summary. How do I create a good LinkedIn profile? LinkedIn profile is like a landing page for your job where it talks about who you are, what do, what you like, what are your aspirations, what you're interested in, and also how you can contribute to different employers, different companies, where you can provide skills, where you can provide solutions, where you can consult as well as coach and mentor. So it's going to be an extremely powerful tool we all can use to create our own profile. Somehow it showcases our own personality to people. These are a couple of pointers which we are going to look at. That is how to build a professional brand, because LinkedIn profile, it's going to talk about your own self and depends on how you're going to brand yourself. You can create opportunities for you, and you can also create opportunities for others. Grab opportunities too. And it's a beautiful platform to build a network, professional, looking for jobs, or you're looking for changes, or you have your own company and you look for employees. How do I track my professional milestones? So I can create the milestones, and it's a very beautiful age which you all are in. So it's going to be a starting for you where you can create and keep building it. And there is something very beautiful where we can add a lot of sections to the profile which has already been there. Let's look at what are the different elements of this beautiful platform. It gives us an opportunity to create various factors of our personality where we can use it for our own job opportunities to create or to contribute to people. The first one is the headline. Headline is normally a phrase or a one line which talks about what exactly you do. That is the first part. Let's go through this now, the technical names, then we will go in detail and then discuss about each one. And then the summary, I'm going to write about my own self, what I do, what is my education, then any other traits and qualities I would like to add, and what exactly I do, what is my roles and responsibilities which I can take up. Next particular element is the education. Here we're going to talk about the course we have been doing, pursuing or completing, or which I've already done, including different aspects of education you can fill in, starting from your matriculation or 10th, then comes up with your college, that is the PUC, 12th, and then you can give information about your degree here, and anything additional you can add on. So you can give the school, the college, or is it CBSE, ICSE, those details can be filled in. Then comes in experience. That's the last element. These are the 4 major crux of the LinkedIn. So this has to be filled in so people will be able to see and then understand what is your background to work. We can also space these elements. That is, most often the experience would have more information if people have experience. So it may take up 40%. For students, you can check So normally we spend very little spacing for the headline. Headline is just a line or a phrase. Then comes the summary. Summary is a complete gist of what we do, what we have been doing. Are you a designer, or you a fashion designer? Are you a civil engineer, or you a mechanical engineer? What exactly you do? Or you're a content developer? Are you a coding expert? And so on. So you're going to write the details. Then comes the education, which takes up a little more space. Then experience takes up more space. Otherwise, it's going to have more on your education and the other two. So as you grow, as you have more experience and education and you learn, then it keeps filling in. So it needs to be revised and filled in as often as possible. Just you can have a revision or a review of your profile. So how do I make it easier? Sorry, the moment we look at the LinkedIn profile as somebody, we feel, oh, so much of information. How do I fill in so much? People have written a lot. Do I don't have anything to fill in here? So this might be the feeling the moment you look at. But since it's very easy once we know the features of LinkedIn, let's go and look at what are the features. This is all very exciting and very colorful and very interesting. Look at this. These are the features which has been provided by LinkedIn. It's an amazing tool, amazing way where one can display their own background, their own information, their own personality, so that they can attract the right employer, they can attract the right kind of job for themselves. First one is a profile photo. Photo is something important because it's the first thing people look at. Let's go ahead later and then see each one in detail. About you, that's the summary which I was talking about, a headline or a summary. Then the experience comes in. Education. The next one is the education. Key achievements. What would you like to tell people? What are your achievements? You can talk about leadership. You can talk about negotiations. You can talk about your entrepreneurship. You can talk about your social work. You can talk about sports. So all these would be a part of the key achievements. Anything you have done, please do make a note of it and you can display that, because this should include, the next one will be skills, where I would like to say not only your technical or your areas of expertise or a domain area you need to put in, you must give a lot of importance for soft skills, because that is where your core character, your core personality would be displayed. So that is where everything would actually compromise on your soft skills, especially your speaking, leadership, your management activities, your social work, your team playing capabilities. All this is so very important, which will be like everything stands on soft skills. And of course, you can mention your interests and hobbies, because the networking here is the key, which can happen with so many people throughout the world. So these are the features of LinkedIn. So I can go and then separately I can add in to each of these. You might have already looked at a couple of profiles on the LinkedIn. Tips for creating a great LinkedIn profile. You can just have a look at these pointers. Add a professional photo, headline, summary, relevant work and education experiences, relevant skills, recommendations of people, then profile strength meter, and as well as you can share it through the public. There is a URL, and also you can use the settings to do this. It's very simple and very easy. I'll give you the links where you can go back and check each one in detail. Okay, I know I have to look at the features and then add to the features. So how do I do it? When I go and look at it, it's so complex, so many information has been filled in. So how do I make it very simple? I'm going to make it simple by following the steps. Steps to create a LinkedIn profile for students, who graduates or who are postgraduates or PhD students. So it can be anybody, who are doing their internship. So it can be anyone. Everyone is a student, isn't it? They keep learning, they would be students. So typically for graduates and undergraduates, let's look at what are the steps. So let's go with steps so it's more easier. You step on each step one by one. So I have picked up 18 steps to make it very simple and easy. Whichever is applicable to you, wherever you think you've fallen and you have content to add, you can. Otherwise, you can leave it blank and then keep adding as you experience life, as you experience work, as you experience your job, and so on, because each one has to come and it's a milestone. Okay, each one is a milestone. So as we go on different miles, we complete a mile, and a mile. Then we have content and a lot of information to add on. Then we can add. So don't get worked up. Don't get scared that, okay, oh, I don't have a volunteer experience. Number 5, what I'm mentioning here. What should I do? Oh my God. Oh, I can't. So what's going to happen? Somebody may reject me. Don't have that kind of feeling. Everyone has a place in LinkedIn. Everybody will be getting a chance to portray their own skills, their own knowledge, their own experience and education. Very rarely we have people who can fill in all the 18 or every particular feature of LinkedIn. Let's see, as we keep exploring, it's something like where we have to keep on exploring this particular platform and the tool because they have so much to offer. They can offer a lot. Add a decent profile photo. This is the most important one. Do you think so? A lot of us feel very shy, very conscious when we have to put a photo on the public profile. But these days it has changed because of WhatsApp and Instagram too. But on the job portal or on the job platform, that's kind of apprehension would be there. But what kind of photo should be there is very important here. A couple of pointers, what you can do. Background to be clear, a high quality photo. No party shots or group photos, logos or avatars. It should be a professional and a very formal. It should be a formal photo. Keep your face in the center. So it should have a center aligned photo. You can even use your cell phone camera to do that. Have a plain background, wear nice formal clothing, then above all, add a smile on your face. It makes a huge difference. That means that you're interested to do a lot of activities. That means you have something more than you can offer to people. Okay, the next one is craft an attention grabbing headline. The headline should have the main phrases like student of computer science, or I'm a blogger, I am a coder, or I'm a designer, fashion designer, anything you've been doing, musicians, I am a basketball player. So it can be, since I'm doing it to students, whatever profile you're going to get into, you must have a phrase for yourself. You can say I'm a student of this particular subject, studying in this particular college, seeking working opportunities at this moment. Then also you can say what is more important, what people are looking at is something different. They don't want to have all this information, but something what people are really interested is what can you do? What can be your contributions? That is what people would like. What have you done? any of your projects, internships are very important. And what do you want to do? How would you like to contribute? The headlines, mainly you can add an examples. Certified mobile application developer. These are technical work which people normally do, and the profiles. Experience with Android, and you can even mention the app. One more example, I'm a freelance content writer, passionate about traveling and lifestyle writing, website developer, so many years of experience, and so on. Anything you think people should know about you and you think is going to add to your chances of getting a job, chances of getting recognized, please do add that. For example, what I have added in the headline is what I do. I'm a learning consultant and an advisor. I am a soft skills mentor. I'm a communication coach, and I am a corporate trainer. Okay, these, and then I do write. I'm a freelance writer, and so on. I'm a blogger. I do podcasting. I do a lot of activities now since it's been a longer journey. But now you got one or two, just add that and then keep adding. Even I had maybe one or two earlier, or maybe even one, and we keep adding. So, first one is the photo, and the second one is the headline. The next comes the about section is the summary. Summary should have these: the professional goals, what have you done to achieve these goals, what do you want to do after college or school, how you will be contributing, where are you seeing yourself as a software engineer, or you can even say a network engineer, infrastructure expert. So it can be any of these. Please to write it down. It can be any area, any field. How can you help? How would you like to contribute? What you can do? Mention them, because some keywords or key titles. For example, when you say developer, that means you can develop. If you say code, I'm expert code in coding, then it means that you're able to offer the coding services to people. You can talk about services you want to provide and opportunities you want to create for people. You want to become an entrepreneur. You want to invite people to work in your companies. It can be any of these as examples. So you can write down about very short, probably a paragraph, talking about your own activities which you have done so far, which includes both your professional, technical, non-technical, and your life experiences too. Because a lot of information, good information, is coming from your personal experience of life, your social work, your sports, music, and so on, adds a lot to your profile. So please to mention each one of them. If you've been a part of the clubs and the colleges, and so on. Keep this in mind. We'll come back to that later again. Look at this. This is a beautifully crafted a piece of writing. You can have a read, a self-reading. I'll leave it to you. Please do read this. It talks about the person studying at the school with a minor in sport management, School of Business. What are the majors is in real estate and finance. So you can mention your core areas. Hard work and determination. Look at those words here. They are coming from his sports activities. It talks about teamwork. It's talking about long-term goal as a real estate broker, what he wants to do. So you have to spend little time to pull out your own strengths, use keywords which will be applicable for your areas of profile, your area, specific words, keywords. They're called as keywords. And also it talks about I value harmonious work environment, effective leadership. You can write a little shorter. This is just a sample. You can go into the LinkedIn and then read different profiles who are in your own areas of study and people who have taken up jobs. You can also go and look at your senior alumni group, students, how they have written in the similar areas of your study, education, and experience. So get an idea. Do not copy from there. It should be your own because there'll be a lot of questions asked on these in the interviews if you're going to put them. So you must be able to justify. So do not bring in somebody's ideas and thoughts here or exaggerate because it looks nice when you read others. It looks very fancy and nice. But in reality, I may not be able to provide any information during the interview. They may ask you, you're mentioned here, can you please give me an event or an incident? Or could you help me to understand where you did this particular task or an activity? You say you value harmonious work environment. If you look at this example, so I will ask as an interviewer, can you give me some examples where you have learned to value this? So he may talk about his football career, where he played, where there is a lot of harmony is required. Or you have been a part of the management fest in your college and you have been heading the budget team there. So you can say that you worked with everybody to manage budget and then to spend and to make the event successful as an example. So please be ready with the information what you give for each one. You must have experience to quote. You can take help, you can take it as a template, but you need to fill in your own content. That's very important because all the questions would come in from there. And people may give you similar jobs because they think, okay, this suits the kind of work, and they may give. If you do not have experience nor knowledge, then on the job we are going to fail. It's going to be very difficult because neither we can come out nor we can work unless we have experience and closeness to that kind of skills and knowledge and wisdom, whatever we mentioned. Education talks about your credibility and networking helps here. So you can add the content accordingly. These are a couple of points you need to remember to add. If you're still not a graduate and you're ready to graduate, mention the year of graduation. And you can even say, I'm looking for an internship. A very beautiful platform to talk about that you're looking forward to contribute as an intern. A lot of companies are looking for intern students to help them to groom themselves as well as learn and contribute for their organizations. So it is a very beautiful platform to portray that you are looking for it. Then you can talk about projects, what you have done, or you're looking for a project, and so on. Add descriptions and activities you have mentioned. You can even add photos, videos, and documents to support certificates, pictures. So this is all about the education which you can fill in. You can even fill in with the percentage, marks if you think it requires. You can add, especially if you are planning to go for a higher education, you require a more emphasis on this and add details relating to your subject specific information too. Just a sample here where bachelor degree of mechanical engineering, you can even add documents as attachments here, certifications. Volunteer experience is welcome because it gives a person a different personality. You would have built a lot of qualities and traits in yourself. Please to mention them, which was the organization, how long, and what is the kind of activity you did, and what are your learnings from that particular which you have worked for. You can look at this example, which I have displayed here. Additional to this, you can showcase your skills too. Not only technical, not only subject or domain specific skills, it could also be on the other skills. Public speaking, marketing, blogging, writing, social work, as we have already talked about. It can be different kind of tasks and activities. What you do, you can mention here. Music, sports are extremely important to mention if you are into music and sports, because it talks about so many skills which you have built for many, many years. It talks about discipline, dedication, devotion to your work. Now let's look at few simple steps which are a part of it. If you like, you can add. Otherwise, some of them you can just leave it blank for the time being. Then you can fill in. Especially language proficiency today is quite important. Especially, there are a lot of projects coming on from different parts of the world. So, if you had an opportunity to learn more than two languages, especially on the international front, then it's a boon, it's a blessing for you. As well as in India, normally people know quite a few languages. So people are very particular if you're working with a group of customers or clients that you know the language and you can interact with them closely and you can build rapport and relationship with them in a better way. And people are comfortable. So language becomes sometimes a decision making criteria in jobs. So please to fill in whenever you have time. And it's always good to learn one foreign language, whatever plans you have accordingly. English is a must. You can add the Indian languages also here, as well as you can add if you have learned a foreign language like German, French, it could be Italian, Japanese, Chinese. You can even add any other language if you had an opportunity to learn. For example, certain companies, they have very specific, they work with the Japanese and German companies, so they still use their language, especially so many companies. You have a lot of examples like Bosch and Entity Data, then I can even mention Vertex, and some of the companies are very particular in the language. So they may require interpreters who are technical experts. They may like you to go and talk to their own customers and clients who are living in those countries. It's a very beautiful opportunity to go and explore and build relationship and do something nice for others too, isn't it? So very important. According to me, this is one of the very important factors today, which will help you to venture out and then pick up jobs. If I give my own example here, since I can do in the local languages, we can speak. So I got two government projects to do training for a specific group of people. So I even cherish those moments today, and I learned to do it in the local language, and that's how I could expand my ability to have a different group of people. Add certifications, honors, awards, and rewards. Whatever you think is important to you, you want to showcase it, you can add. Don't ever judge, this is not good, this is not an Oscar award, it's not a national award, so I am not fit, I'm not good, so it should not be put. Whatever you have got in your own school and college and any level, you please do add it. What level it is, that's a different one. Anybody who has got a certificate, an honor, and an award, it has got its own weightage. You have learned a lot and you have put in your effort and you have won something. That means a lot because the kind of learning you have gone through is the same whatever others have gone through. Maybe the competition at a different level is different, but you're worth to put them and be very proud and honored to display this. Now it's your time to collect all this and keep them ready. Make a list of all these in different, you can have an Excel sheet and then start collecting information on all this in different column. Whatever you think is applicable, you can add it onto the profile. Publicize your test scores, especially if you think a couple of scores are important, please do add them. IELTS scores, TOEFL scores, all those, if you think they are required, if you're planning to study abroad or work abroad, and even some of the companies may ask certain scores. That is BEC certification, Business English Certificate exam, if you have done, and if you have the scores, very appropriate, very important to work in certain job profiles and companies. So they may require that. If you feel it's required, you can add that too. And your scores and percentages for a particular course which you have completed could also be added. Highlight the courses you have taken, from where you have completed a extra course apart from your regular university, college and school, and please add them. Feature the organizations you support. Certain extra help you go and you're helping people. They're participating in different events and workshops and so on. Please to mention them if it's relevant to your personality and if it's relevant to your education and experience. You can also collect recommendations and skill endorsements from people. First, you have to create, then you can bring in recommendation is like a supporting statement or somebody else talking about the kind of work you do, the kind of student you are, your strengths which people can take help from. That is called as a recommendation. So you may have to choose people who can give you recommendation. Once you are into the LinkedIn profile and you have completed these steps, then you can join LinkedIn groups. LinkedIn groups have varieties of purposes and reasons to join. You would get to know what the top leaders are doing, the top companies are doing, what kind of jobs they have. A lot of thought leaders and very senior leaders can be a part of those groups. A lot of sharing of information do happen in these groups. So it's a beautiful learning platform for every one of us. So we have to be a part of these groups, which are specific to your own areas of work, education, and study. If you're a doctor, you need to go back and look at those groups. If you're a computer science expert, you have to go back and look at those groups and join them. If you're a writer, if you are an HR, if you're into finance, specifically, you need to pick up those groups. It could even be a company or a pretty big group. You can as well share in here also. The most important one is share the projects you worked on. Here is an example which has been displayed. So what is the project you have done? Internship project also you can add. That's also a project. You can add where did you do? For how long was it? What was the role you played? And what were the responsibilities you took up and you completed? All these should be a part of the way you mention the project. Number one is what was the title of your work, which company or a firm or an institute, and how long was it. It could be a full-time or a part-time or a project. Any of those kinds can be added because experience is experience. A project is a project, and any of those details, please to mention if you have worked on. Then it should have details of the role you played, the description of your work, that is roles and responsibilities, what kind of responsibilities you hold in a particular place, and then your activities you did. It's going to help people who are hiring for further process. Especially the project and internship are very important. You can mention in the same names and then display it. Now, something very important I want to talk about is the URL. LinkedIn, once you fill in your profile, would give an URL. Each one will have an URL. Something where you can see here. I would like all of you to go. It's a very simple method to form your own URL. The process is here, where you can see that once you complete the profile, you need to go, the descriptions are given here. You can as well go and click on this link or browse for this link and then go and take that in detail. How to customize your URL. You can further share this URL so people would know that it is you and they can see your profile on LinkedIn. Very simple step and process is described in this. I would like you to do this on your own as a post-training exercise. So click the Me icon on the home page, view the profile, edit public profile and URL. You need to click on that. Public profile settings, you go, edit your custom URL and edit and save. Just follow these steps as well. You can go and visit. That's the reason I have even shared the URL to you where you can go back and then explore. You can play around and go in the details. Meanwhile, please to go and check how others have their URL also. You can ask your professors, you can ask the people where you do your internship and project. You can ask your senior student alumni group. They are the best people to help you on your learnings initially. We may do a lot of mistakes. It's okay. You may feel that, oh, my profile is so funny. It is very humorous. It's not good. I feel very shy and how my profile looks, how others are looking. All those things you need to go through initially. They are the hiccups and they are the steps. You have to come out of it. But please do form it. Don't hesitate. Don't be shy. Do something is very important and keep refining it. Keep polishing it. As you experience in life, you will have a lot of things to add. You will have so much of learning that comes in. So you can keep adding. That's not a problem. But even if it is small, you may feel it was what a silly profile I have. It's okay, but it should be there. All right. This is an exercise which I would like you to do. You can pause the video here, do this, or you can go back and do it later. Both are fine. All right, ready? So you will be getting your own URL once you do this. Now the interesting part is follow LinkedIn influencers and company pages. Why we need to do this? A lot of people are influencers and there are many company pages. So you can follow them, you can connect with them. What do we get when we do this? Everywhere I have been saying that it should be your own areas of expertise or group. You can do it professional and personal. You can have contact with people. A lot of people would share their experiences in the form of a video or a blog, a write-up, or it could be posters and so on. So everybody's experience is going to come in through them. It's going to be a huge, abundant information as well as learning for you. It's an ongoing, genuine learning which comes from people who are experts and who have been big shots in their own areas. For example, I have on my LinkedIn profile, as you can see in the picture here, which I've displayed, I do bring in a lot of small learnings in the form of videos, bits of learning here. I thought I should share it to people. So I bring in bits of learning. I do bring in posters. I do have writings. So I do blog. I do write. So I do bring in a variety where I would like to share to people. So very similarly, I do learn from a lot of people where people would share their experiences, the latest workshops, then seminars and events. So wherever you like, you would be invited. A lot of people would invite you once they feel that they would like to connect or you're interested and they would like you to be part of it, you can. So I do have received a lot of invites and I was a part of many of those seminars and events. It's been completely amazing experience to do those. So be a part, follow LinkedIn influencers and company pages. Connect with friends and professionals. That's something very sweet that happens here. You can connect with friends as well as you can connect with professionals. Both ways you can have the connections. So they in turn get connected so they can intimate you what is happening and then you can get in touch with those people. If possible, the most beautiful thing you could be doing, that is the last but not the least, is to share your experiences, your learnings, and you would like to contribute to the larger group of your own community is the best a person can do. It'll take time. It takes time. That's okay. Share industry relevant updates regularly. You can write, you can blog, you can share videos, audio, you can share posters, you can publish all these where people would get to learn. They may add, they may use a lot of learnings people do use. They have been using in colleges and companies and schools. A couple of them they have mentioned. I thought, oh, it's a good form where I can share it to people. In turn, they would go and share it to thousands of people. So your contribution is being going all across. That's a very beautiful way to give back to the society whatever we have learned. An amazing one would be the point number 18. So now you know there is something which you can always look at the end. Just as a sample, I have shared my profile here, what I have on LinkedIn. I have also learned to do this slowly, one by one, since I am also very new in that way to LinkedIn. I'm not too old, but yes, I have learned to add in and then refine, groom this. So that's the headline I have put and I have given a summary and so on. This is the URL. If you want, you can go and check my URL and also check the other one. This is the sample very quickly. I thought I can do it because this is my own a part of the LinkedIn, so I can share it with all of you. So I have made quite a few additions in this, but you can also go back and do more. This is very relevant to my own experience, my education, what I want to do, what I have been doing. But you can add your own. So it has to be specific to what you are. So it will be, everybody's would be different, but you can go and look at everyone's, wherever copy paste as I already told you, because we will find it very difficult when we have to really, justify or talk about it in the interviews, because people would look at this and then that's how you would be invited. So normally and naturally, that is what would be asked. And I need to be ready with whatever we're going to quote here. And it should be very comfortable, smooth, and simple. Okay. So start filling in the profile on the LinkedIn. For students, it's very important because it's not a CV, it is not a resume, but it is that you're getting ready to get into the market to tell people. People should know that you're ready. You're in the final year or you've got one more year and you're completing, or you're doing an internship, you're doing a project, or you're looking for an internship, you're looking for a project. So this is the reason we are, as a student, I am going to prepare my profile of LinkedIn and keep it ready. Okay. If you've done an internship in one of the projects and somebody is looking for the same kind of a profile to hire, then it matches. So it's very important. Similarly, even the project or the job people are looking for. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is where it's something complete. You feel very nice to see your own self and a lot of things about you. So you should start enjoying having these kind of profiles in different platforms. And this is one of them, very comfortable, very easy to go in, a lot of opportunities. And people do look at these and then they help and they take help. It's like mutually benefiting group. What are the reasons and benefits? So you have many of these aspirations, like you want to do an intern, you want to do a project, you want to get into the big top universities. Maybe now you want to do an internship. Now you want to work and then you have a plan. So all these would help you. Different steps would help you. The higher education or a job requirement. You yourself, you're an entrepreneur and then you want to attract people. Any of these aspirations. So LinkedIn is the home for all these aspirations. The 5 reasons for college students to be active on the LinkedIn is, you get alumni, it builds your network with the professional group, you can develop new skills as well as have to understand what skills do I require, what do I have, self-analysis and interpretation of our own self, and how do I get ready, how do I prepare myself. Internship and job opportunities you can create as well as you can have the information on these, and you get abundant resource of content knowledge relevant to your own areas of domain and areas of expertise. Any other reason, please to mention, share it with me. Benefits is many of them, just a couple of them I would like to quote here. Easy to search for jobs based on your brand or a company or areas and different domain expertise. You can receive endorsement and you can receive a lot of help from people. You can as well receive recommendations and recommendation letters also here. We can be updated on the information required on the professional front. Show your creativity by adding, contributing to this platform. You can also use this as a research tool in terms of doing research on different kinds of jobs, companies, the kind of business people have been doing, how many people are into entrepreneurship, and what kind of entrepreneur jobs are available, freelancing jobs, part-time jobs. It could be any of those. So it could be used as a research tool, both to learn as well as in terms of seeking for a job. Benefits are numerous. I think you thought about one or two. Please to mention them. Now let's look at something very interesting, the 3 P's of networking. We are talking about networking so much. Why is it important? People tend to do business with and hire people they know, like, and trust. There are 3 important qualities here. Knowing people, liking, and trusting them is the key for any kind of a business that has to happen. That is all can happen on the one single platform that is LinkedIn. First, you can think of the purpose. You need to know why am I need to connect to a particular person or a particular group of people. So you need to choose. You need to be smart enough, understand, and then choose the right group of people and the right kind of person to network. The second one is a process. Process is simple, where we have gone through the 18 steps where you will form, create, and then you'll start connecting to people. And if they like or wish, they will come back and connect with you. Otherwise, you can also request by sending messages and then replying to them. It's pretty simple tool to use. Last is the people. They make a huge difference in our life, especially in the world today. It's become more of online and virtual kind of work. So it's more easier to have connections and network. And LinkedIn is the major platform to do that. There's always a saying which says that everything happens through know, like, and trust. So network, network, and network. It's so important in the modern and the changed business world today. So networking is a key skill which you need to practice and build slowly and learn from it too. So I'm saying network and connect. Whom should I connect with? You're saying choose your people, look at your own domain expertise areas, and then people who are into the same kind of business. So how do I connect? Whom should I connect? Initially, as students and graduates and postgraduates, you must be able to build in connections with your professors and teachers because they are the most trusted and who can give you the best recommendation and endorse for you. And they can also be great mentors and guide and gurus and coach for you throughout your life. I would suggest you to build this connection and networking with this particular group of people. They should be are there always for you. So choose one on your technical front. One could be a teacher from your school, and also one on in terms of mentoring and coaching, technical, and one is non-technical. That is on the soft skills, leadership coach or communication coach, and the management coach. These are very important for you as you grow in your profession. So suppose you have 3+ years of experience, then this is something what you need to look at. You to come back and talk to them. And above all this, I want to say, most of the new discoveries, inventions, they are happening especially in the area of learning. Concepts, theories, and models of leadership, management, psychological models, then marketing and finance models, they all would happen in the universities and colleges. And they would be happening here. That is where the core of new things are getting generated in the world today, especially in terms of knowledge. So it's always good to be with the core intellectual and the intelligent group of people. That something should be your major approach if you want to grow. If you are really aiming and aspiring to become something big and grow up the ladder, you want to do something on your own, then this is something very important. Sorry. Then you can as well have it with companies and universities too, where it again the company should be relevant with your own areas of work, areas of your domain, and the universities where you studied, or maybe you went in for competitions and seminars and events. These are very important for you to build. The last could be the internship and the projects, the people who have been a part of this. It could be a company, it could be the people who have mentored and guided you here, and the projects you have done. These people, again, will be the key important people for you to take the recommendation and the endorsements, especially initially when you are coming into the profession. Earlier, LinkedIn was not there, and these kind of projects or internships was not so many. But today, everything do happen even before you come out of the college and then start working. Even when you start working, internships and projects do play a key role. So these are the three major groups of people you can connect with. Apart from this, I have already quoted few more. That is the alumni group of people, and then your volunteer group of people, and so on. Because everywhere there'll be interconnections. That's how people do get connected. These are a couple of benefits which you get by networking with industry itself, because each industry operates and they work in a different way. You get to know how exactly, what are the latest things that are coming, what are the new products that are coming, what are the marketing strategies used by different companies, what is the new product this particular IT company is launching, and what are the management techniques a particular group of people or a particular person is applying, and what is he saying I should learn the latest in the world today. A lot of mentors and coach should be sharing good learnings. So we just definitely will benefit from listening or reading those. Spend some time to read and listen to these people. Initially, you may feel it is a little more than what I can understand, or it doesn't apply to me, it's not applicable to me. But slowly, as you understand the industry, for example, fashion industry, or it could be health services, tourism, it could be any of those along with your IT and management services, security services, home housing, housekeeping services, security. It can be any of those. So many examples we can quote. All areas of work which comes in here. So these are a couple of pointers you can look at to build a strong network for yourself. It takes time. Somebody may reject your request for connection. That's okay. Don't get disappointed. You keep trying and you will be able to see fruits slowly. Above all this, I would say get career advice and support at all times. It's not like just people have experience. They shouldn't take guidance and advice and support. They should have a mentor and a guide at any point when they climb. Everybody requires, because everything happens at the particular level, the operations and the functional aspect. We always have to learn and take guidance from people. To wrap up, I would like to just say this very quick quote. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Network, network, network is quite important these days for different profiles to be recognized and to get the exact, or I would say the dream job which you are aspiring for a long time. Thank you so much. You can reach out to me here, the email, and you can even reach out to me on the Instagram too. I would like all of you to go back and then refer to these links. Please to pause the video here. All these are extra additional information for you to read. They have descriptions on how studentlinkedin.com. That's interesting. You can go back and check. And then I have given the claim your unique URL, a link where you can go back and check. And then I have shared a couple of the college students' particular information. A sample I have shared. The first one is a sample where you can go and see how you can create a profile. So above all, please to remember that the whole objective, even though it is to get a job, you should not make it so obvious, like I'm dying to get this job. That's the only purpose. No, it is not. Getting a job will happen in the process. But here, a lot of other major things are happening. For example, number one is your learning, updated knowledge, and a lot of wisdom coming in from experts. And you are able to network, build connections, get to understand how the industry is, how the market is, how I am. Do I have the right skills or I don't have the right skills? Should I learn something more? It gives us so much of opportunity to learn more and then also give it to the society back. How good, how well you can contribute to people. That's the best part of the entire LinkedIn. Thank you so much. We have looked at from the starting of creating the profile, the objectives, networking, then learning, and of course, contributing. All the very best to each one of you. Let you all have your dreams come true. Let all your aspirations be succeeded. Start preparing a profile and do share it with us. and we would be extremely happy to support and guide you further. Keep looking for the next topic. I'll be back again. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you.